These lovely flowers for the spring decorations. Still can't get used to Aina's new hairstyle. Manon's rocks though. Anyone want to fill me in here?
We were having a normal conversation with her when all of a sudden something changed. Out of the blue, she told us that she wanted the three of you here.
You have arrived. I am Zephetto. Allow me to borrow this body for a moment.
Damn.
Zephetto?
Where are you?
What's going on?
I need you to listen to what I have to say. I am unable to move from my current location.
What's cool is her hair's glowing on the inside.
I doubt that I'll be able to extricate myself from this situation on my own. Therefore, you three, I will need your help to get out of here. I'll send you the location now.
Wait a minute. Is it really you?
It is.
What happened after we fought in the seal? And what do you mean you can't move? And also, how are you doing this to Feria?
I have the ability to control Feria's nervous system to some extent.
Control her?
Oh, but she's still conscious throughout. Isn't that right, Feria? Say hello. Yes, I'm here, Zephetto.
I guess that's a relief.
It's really creepy
I'll
though.
answer the rest of your questions once we are face to face.
Face to
I've just
face.
reminded Feria how to get here. Manon, Feria, Aina, and you, 909. I want just the four of you. I'll be waiting.
Zephetto?
Zephetto is no longer present inside my mind.
It's always a one-sided conversation with him.
You okay, Feria? Everything feel alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
That's good.
I guess that means he's alive.
It's just like him to reappear like this.
That was Zephetto. He would take over another person's body just to communicate? No. This is no time to sit around stunned. Let's compose ourselves and take a look at the situation.
Good call.
Interesting. And that's where Zephetto is?
So he says.
Where is this exactly?
We found it during our recent investigation of Lucille. We've been referring to it as the Nameless City.
Zephetto should be in the lower level.
And I imagine you know just how to get there, Feria.
Yes. I can take you there now if you would like.
But why would he ask for just the four of them?
I couldn't say for certain, but we do know they've all met him face to face. Meaning he has some connection to each of them. Or at least, that's my guess.
I've been so curious about that place since we found it. I wish I could go with them.
You must not.
Huh?
You have an important role to play in completing the weapon.
What weapon?
Well, it's still too early to get excited, but I've been working on a little something to fight the Starless with. Feria and the others have been helping out.
If we both go, development will come to a complete halt.
I guess you're right. I'll stay right here and keep working. But you better promise to let me know if you see any cool new tech in there. Okay?
Of course I will.
You two make quite the pair. You know that?
Well, we clearly hit it off while I was working on my Halpha investigation.
In any case, It's clear that he just wants the four of you. I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve. But without more information, all we can do is just play along. It's going to be risky. Do you think you're up for it?
Definitely.
Yeah, count me in.
Me too.
Thank you. I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask Zephetto myself. Not sure I'd ever stop if I started. Just be careful out there.
So at the time this came out, Mars wasn't out yet. So I assumed the weapon they're working on was the Mars. I will continue to rely on you. Just don't do anything reckless.
We won't be able to come back for a while. Are you ready?
So how are we getting there? This is in outer space.
Ready to go. Hmm? Where's Varia?
She's over there.
Varia! Wait,
Oh, she's got a
what
neuter.
the?
Crawford said that I should be prepared. In case we have to fight.
That Crawford.
That makes sense. But, well...
Always dressing up the waifus. What a creep. You look good.
You're too kind.
Not to riz on Faria here. It's not really my type.
So, I was curious. How did it feel when Zephetto was controlling you?
I'm not sure how to describe it. It felt something like an out-of-body experience. Like I was watching myself from outside.
What's up, Manon?
But why Varia?
Jealous?
I mean, why did he choose to communicate with us through her?
I believe it is because I am Zephetto's backup.
His backup? But aren't you...
Correct. I am your backup.
She's everyone's
Apparently,
backup.
I am also Zephetto's backup.
How are you so sure?
I was simply made aware of it when Zephetto's consciousness entered mine.
And so you're around in case anything should happen to him. Of course.
Okay.
Yes, but I appreciate your concern. Thank you so much.
Wow. These buildings just go on forever. Every single one of them must have been full of people, right?
Yeah.
What was this place exactly?
It was once the center of Resurgent Arc's activity. This was the largest of its residential districts. And all of its other various districts branch out from here.
Still, we don't really know what that giant structure
It
is.
includes the underground facilities as well.
Is that part of the ship?
Did Zephetto tell you that too?
Yes, but in a fragmented way.
How did we manage to overlook a place as huge as this?
Because it's not actually on Alpha.
So where are we?
I do not know the exact location, but I know we are in orbital space above Alpha.
What do you mean, space?
What she means is that where we are right now is way up high among the stars we see when we look up into the night sky from Halpha.
Huh?
But teleporters can only take us so far, so we can't be that far away, right?
Correct.
Still, one would think that Lucille's vast array of sensors would have detected it. Unless the exterior is being cloaked somehow to avoid detection. But why?
Do you have any idea what they're talking about? Really? Because I'm totally lost here.
Zevetto designed this place to be undetectable. Not just by people on Halpha, but by us too.
Which must mean he was hiding something, right?
Right. Or at least, I assume so. Feria, do you happen to know anything about where we're going?
No. The only thing I know for certain is how to get to where Zevetto is. There is a simple map in my mind, but no details at all besides that.
Of course.
You wouldn't be leading us into a trap, right?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I think it's safe to say that we should be prepared for any eventuality.
Good call.
Alright. We are in Nameless City.
Seeing there's enemy readings ahead.
Seems so.
Got some formers.
Trial start.
Enemies.
Formers. They were designed to replicate enemies that ARCs fought in the past. I understand the majority of them are genetically modified versions of existing species.
And Zevetto modified them?
Correct.
We
Success.
were only involved in ARCs and dolls research. So we never came across information that
Trial
didn't pertain
start.
to one of those two things.
Alters were created using the modified genetic code, formers. They were subject prototypes self-tested. With the final
Success.
version being the largest. Then, they suddenly mutated and acquired powerful abilities.
Trial start.
As far as dolls, there's not much more to say about them.
We absolutely have to find some way to halt their production. Another piece of info to get out of Zevetto.
Success.
Yeah, rotations might change slightly. There's like, now that my tech arts customizations are up, we might need to change the priority of certain rotations. There's certain things I used to do that are simply not necessary anymore.
These guys are here too?
Rumors. Most of them are replicas of Spawn. Arc's ancient enemy. However, we were never able to locate a complete version of their genome, so we don't know how active these replicas actually are.
All Spawn.
Trial start. Success.
I think we got them all. Let's keep moving.
I wonder if that symbol on my back indicates the Phyto Arts Pursuit is ready, because it is up. Probably resets after this cutscene.
I just can't believe there's really nobody here.
Everyone left for Halpha in order to proceed with the experiment. The city's functions have been dormant for a long time. But some of them seem to have started up again in the very moment we set foot in here.
Then, what's with all the enemies?
They are likely the intruder defense system. though some may be malfunctioning training programs.
Is there some way to stop them?
Only Zephedo has the top-level security clearance required to do so. Though I am unsure why he has not disabled them.
Do you know when they stopped using this place?
No, that has not been revealed to me.
I simply can't imagine everyone in this huge city left for Halpha and the Seal.
I have no information on that subject.
It seems as though Zephedo only reveals what's convenient for him.
There's a lot of questions being raised. Might be
Why
confirmed
don't
in
we just
future
ask him what we want to know?
story.
We'll see him soon enough, right?
True. Let's do that.
Apparently so. So Faria was dropping a lot of information and lore while we were actively fighting. We'll have to go back and read that because I couldn't keep up. I mean, she has a lot to say right now, and she doesn't exactly tell it well. Kind of sleepy. Oh, this music.
Wait, I know this song.
I believe you call it the Song of Morning.
Why is it?
It would play at the same exact time every day when I was in the field. I don't know why, but I have the feeling we played it for the same reason that it's sung in Retem.
Huh?
I remember that Zephedo mentioned that many lives were lost in the war against the stars, and I have to imagine that the song was played in mourning for them. Perhaps it was played in the seal, so we would never forget. Do you have any insights into the song, Faye?
I do not. No. However, I think you are probably correct.
So, this song was played both here and in the seal. Maybe it's Zephedo's way of expressing his emotions.
Trial start. Success. Trial start. Success.
The objective is just up ahead.
Then let's clear these guys out first.
Trial start.
Yeah, I don't know. I have that symbol on my back. Now
Success.
there's 3 of them. We currently have the Acrosalia equipped. Origin unit Ultima. Huh?
Can we really go down from here?
Yes.
Shame we have no idea how they got here, but they could just say, oh yeah, we just stepped into a teleporter. We just reconfigured the teleporter in Los Central and just stepped into it. But it'd be cool if we took some ship from like buried in the ocean and just flew up.
What is this?
It's just like Lucille.
No. On the contrary.
She's changed her voice again.
Lucille's design was based on this facility.
Faria.
Actually,
No. Zephedo.
Follow me.
I've seen this place before, too. What are are these?
The third generation ARC's production facility.
Is this where Meteorn come from?
Isn't our character
is.
third generation?
Allow me to tell you all about the ideal toward which we have been striving. ARCs.
No.
ARCs is a mighty force that made a name for itself in the major war 1,000 years ago. It was through their efforts that the war was brought to an end. Their victory ushered in a long period of peace. Such an era had no need for a powerful fighting force, and ARCs was, in time, forgotten. However, it was the emergence of the Starless that made them relevant once more. We believed that we needed the same power as this ancient force in order to counter the external threat. Unfortunately, much of their history and knowledge was lost to the sands of time. All we were able to gather was some battle logs and genetic code here and there. One particularly valuable piece of genetic code came from an ARCS member in cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
Are you saying you found one of these ancient warriors in a suspended state?
Yes. However, I regret to say we never ended up learning much about them.
What does that mean?
We couldn't start the thawing process. They were too heavily protected. So we put waking them aside and focused our efforts on more accessible things. Initially, we started by looking for photon-related genes in the genetic code we recovered. And we developed simulations based on the combat data we had available. So began our long experiment. The culmination of which is you, 909.
We get the idea. We have some questions.
Proceed.
What happened to all the people in the city?
Resurgent ARC started out with roughly 100,000 members. Nearly all of them were based out of here. The finest minds, all working towards ARC's grand reconstruction. At the time, we referred to the new ARCs as the first generation. There was one major difference between the first and subsequent generations. We spliced the old genetic material directly into the first experiment subjects.
You did what? Introducing a large amount of photonic code into the average person's body would...
Exactly. The average mind and body cannot handle the sudden influx. Their bodies rejected it, and most died. Even those who survived suffered changes that left them physically or mentally unfit to continue. A philosophical rift began to grow among the research staff. Vicious arguments would break out, even erupting into violence on several occasions. Resistance grew. In the end, we were left with only 1/10 of our original staff. And half of those were lost to accidents during our experiments.
Just like the NGS development staff.
But those who remained continued onward and began to construct Alpha. Their goal was to enhance those in the first generation that had adapted to the genetic code. I myself am a member of that first generation. My ability to transfer my consciousness was one of the things revealed during those experiments. Therefore, I've inhabited many different hosts over the years. I have continued my work of preparing for the Starless, still aware of the threat they pose. As a last surviving member of resurgent arcs.
You're the last one?
There is something else I'd like to show you.
Yeah, it gets very complicated here, but this is some of the best story stuff in NGS.
What exactly is this?
The test subject inside of this pod is identification number 909.
That doesn't look like Brickfish.
What?
"909. Who are you, exactly? An error occurred when transcribing your genetic code to the 4th clone. The data did not match number 909's.
I'm an imposter.
909 is in here.
I fooled you all.
And yet, here you are in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I told you about the ARC's member in Cold Sleep? There is more to that story.
Do tell?
In the course of developing our new ARCs, we made sure to be meticulously cautious regarding maintenance of their housing equipment. However, much of it came under attack during the conflicts over our research methods, and was destroyed. Or so I thought. If you could be...
I have no idea what you're talking about. I woke up just before descending to Halpha.
You don't seem to be lying.
Brickfish cannot lie.
We appear to have caught the attention of the Starless. Our destination is just ahead. Destroy them.
There's still a lot more I need you to explain.
It says Origin Unit Ultima.
Focus on killing these first.
Understood.
Store up to 3
Trial
charges
start.
once you successfully nullify. So we have to Photon Blast to spend it. We don't have a Photon Blast. That's 3 charges we've successfully nullified. Damn, that was too far. That wasn't though.
Success!
That should be the last of them.
Onward.
this where we'll find your, body?
No. Inside of here is the 4th clone host. We've uploaded the required battle data, but its soul has yet to be implanted.
There's supposed to be a clone of my character.
This can't be real. Are you subjecting us to yet another one of your experiments?
No, I am not. The truth is, I lost my body in my last fight.
Well, you did try and solo them.
The Starless Vanguard that attacked after we all fought. I did manage to defeat it, but my body sustained irreparable damage in the process. So, I used my ability to transfer my consciousness over to Feria.
So, are you saying you've been inside Feria's mind ever since?
Correct.
Gotta say, Faria's hair is a big upgrade.
And all this time, you've been plotting how you might lead us here.
Yes.
What is it that you want?
To transfer my soul into this clone.
And go right back to leading resurgent arcs, I take it.
I want to bring the war against the Starless to an end. This 4th clone incorporates lessons learned from 909's field performance.
You cannot replicate Brickfish's performance.
It has the data from every single battle you've ever been in.
It is futile.
An Ark's defender to surpass all others.
Impossible.
How can you be sure?
I can't until I try it out.
Then maybe we need more data first.
I don't have time. I can't sustain myself in this body for much longer.
Too petite?
My consciousness needs a permanent host.
I can't.
Life as a small waifu, not what it
There.
cracked up to be.
You know the process, right? I do. Then
Oh,
let's
no.
start.
Is Faria about to expire? Alright, here's where the shit hits the fan.
How is this even possible?
Yes. Excellent.
Starless!
How persistent.
But of course, Brickfish can take care of these in one swipe. I'll buy some time.
Understood.
Got brownie points with Zeffetto there.
Been a while since we all fought together.
Zeffetto is happy
Yeah.
with your response.
It sure has.
Zeffetto likes you now.
You're not going any further.
Trial start.
They're still coming. Stay focused.
Looks tough, but I'm sure we got this.
Trial start. success.
Where'd he go?
That takes care of that.
He just disappeared.
Let's go check on those two.
Did anyone see what
Good
happened to
idea.
him?
Ah, yes. This will do. This should be enough power to defeat him.
You have to finish the character creator first,
Defeat
Zeffetto.
who?
The powerful Dark Falls class starless that appeared 500 years ago. The one that consumed more planets and snuffed out more lives than any other.
That sounds terrifying.
That's how he tells him.
He destroyed the anti-starless squad I was part of at that time as well. And in the process, incapacitated me. I lost consciousness for quite a long time.
And that's called going to sleep,
When I
Zeffetto.
came to, absolutely nothing was left.
Oh.
My home planet was gone. All of my loved ones. Even the starless themselves had vanished without a trace. My entire world was reduced to absolutely nothing. All I could do was stand there in complete shock. At long last, I can finally avenge that loss.
Good for you. I'm happy for you.
Now, Resurgent Ark's mission can truly be fulfilled.
Heck yes, Zeffetto. Let's go. Surely we've won this time.
Are we finished?
We are.
Very well then. What? No, no. Fine. Well played.
What's going on?
Stay back, I know.
What the?
Pretty cool introduction to Vile. Not gonna lie. Sadly, we don't get to fight him in this form.
Zeffetto!
I'd imagine it to be a similar fight to like Ikusa Bujin.
What's happening?
Maybe a bit
Hello?
faster, more aggressive. Get away from there!
But...
Zeffetto is gone, little Aina. Interesting to hear this music. This is Vile's theme. That motif is played in the UQ. It's got the Lavas cannon. PSO1 weapon.
Are you okay?
Yes.
What about you? Father! Yeah, that's one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. I don't know, maybe I prefer Chapter 7 to Chapter 5. That would have been a sick boss fight, though.
Zepheto. And we still didn't get any answers.
We need to tell everyone back home what happened here.
Come, little Manon, we must run. Run for our lives. What, no escape sequence? What an anticlimax.
It's good to see you back. But no trace of Zepheto, it seems. I have a few questions about what happened. So, Zepheto's consciousness was implanted into that fourth clone. So his body was hijacked by something.
Wow. The roller coaster never seems to end, does it? What sort of twist is around the next bend?
Find out next,
And now
later
we
this
don't even have
stream.
Zepheto around to give us any answers.
I can't talk long.
Zephy.
I can tell you about the something in question. Yes. Its name is Vile. Dark Falls class starless hold dominion over vast numbers of other starless. And among the Dark Falls class starless, Vile, preeminent. You can think of Vile as something like their emperor. It won't be long before he consumes my soul entirely. I transferred a portion of it to Feria before that could happen. My fusion with Vile has finally revealed the truth
of the Starless to me. They are insatiably hungry. They scour the ends of the universe in search of photons to devour. They were so utterly ravenous that even the most minute photon emission was enough to summon them 500 years ago. They devoured everything they could. But they realized something. That no matter how much they consumed, they were still starved of photons. And that the Ark's members of 1,000 years ago were vastly more filling in terms of photon content. So Vile decided to simply wait. He reasoned that his prey would eventually develop more power and more photons. Vile then issued an order to all Starless. The Starless forces immediately halted their attack and disappeared from our realm back into space-time. As for Vile, although ostensibly his enemy, he hid himself inside of me. Now I know that this ability to transfer my consciousness is something I received from Vile. But oblivious to that, I proceeded with my experiments to resurrect Arcs, convinced it was my destiny. Resurrecting Arcs to combat the Starless.
This twist is pretty cool.
My prediction that they would return cyclically every 500 years. Looking back, I'm not sure how many of those ideas were actually planted by Vile. However, one thing that I am entirely certain of is that my hatred of the Starless is my own. Perhaps it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I was still being used as their puppet.
Yeah, so everything that we've been doing, building up the arcs to their former glory, was just to make food for the Stardust. What is Vile after? We know what he's after. Photons. What's his next move?
Right now, this is where the beings with the highest photon sensitivity are gathered. Right here. Which means there is no doubt he's coming. He grows stronger in space-time even now. He'll complete his transformation to his final form using the fourth clone as a host. Then, it won't be long before he joins you here. Vile's power is immense. However, you need not despair. You're the strongest Arcs defender there is, 909. Or should I say, Guardian, you are even more powerful now than when we fought. And your own progress has lifted up all of your friends and made them stronger as well. You are all Arcs Defenders Prime. I have no doubt that your combined might can defeat Vile. Now my time has come.
Zephedo.
What is it, Aina?
Thank you.
I am not entirely sure you have anything to thank me for.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Well, it's true that you've caused us an incredible amount of pain. You've done unconscionable things. But if you hadn't, we wouldn't be able to take on our real enemy right now. And I am grateful for that.
Of course,
I shouldn't.
but would Aina be able to look
But
past
I
that
do forgive you.
after her father being
Aina.
murdered?
People of Halpha, I am truly, truly sorry. I have just one final request. Take care of your world.
That could be
Zephedo's consciousness
Vile saying
is
that
no
as well.
longer present inside my mind.
One last long speech followed by a dramatic exit. Selfish to the end, wasn't he? the selfish general of resurgent arcs. Alone, to the bitter end.
Yep, the old man finally kicks the bucket.
I don't even know what to say. What a staggering turn of events. For all Zeffetto told us, there's so much more I was hoping to learn. And who knows, with time, we might have even been able to reconcile somehow.
Yeah. Well, we can't just mope around. We better start getting ready for our biggest fight ever.
Ilma? About that.
What's up?
Zeffetto left something of a parting gift for us.
A parting gift?
Do you remember that issue with the weapon that we just couldn't seem to figure out ourselves?
How could I forget? I mean, I've only been losing sleep over it for the past couple weeks.
Well, Zeffetto reminded me how to get past it before he left.
Seriously?
I'll show you. This goes here. Then connect these two, and...
Wait, slow down. No, but then this one would...
No, because remember, there's...
What? Wait, that can't be right. That is right! Why didn't I ever notice that before? Duh!
If nothing else, Zeffetto was an exceptional engineer.
Yes! Now we can finally finish it! Hey, you just wait. We're gonna make a little something that'll smash this vile jerk.
Have a moment to talk? It's a bit of an emergency. A powerful energy reading is growing in the skies over Halpha. We think this vial Zeffetto warned us about is about to reappear.
Oh god.
We're putting together all the Ark's defenders we can to engage him at this very moment. I would like for you to lead that intercept squad.
I'll handle it.
That's the answer I was hoping for. We will continue to monitor the energy reading. We've also been receiving more and more reports of starless encounters. Local Ark's defenders and our newly formed squad are working together to respond to these threats. I'll have Aina and Manon assist with those efforts as well. Meanwhile, I need you to focus on fighting Vile, Guardian.
Energy field detected! Wait, what is this?
The vial is... gone. That is impossible. His reading is clearly there.
These are the heroes that will fight with us. Lelouch, Nirvana, Hikaru, Akari, Bobby, Maki, and let's not forget Crimson Avenger.
Powerful. Detected! All are in the hurtling unknown!
Zeffetto. No, by comparison, interference.
comes the big one.
Call's back online. We'll resume monitoring.
These coordinates. It's the nameless city. But why there?
The energy reading spiking. Something's coming. You have to stop this attack.
Alright, on to phase 2.
Proper. We've locked onto the coordinates. Right. We're sending over Mars. Put it to use.
Commencing fire support. Commencing guard charge. Guard charge complete. Sustained attack successful. Evasion succeeded. Evasion succeeded.
Realize we're still on Skylar.
Evasion succeeded. Sustaining plateau. Attack evaded. Attacking target. Hope rising. Commencing guard charge. Focusing firepower. Code red. God overboost attached. Stand by. Attack caused no damage. Attacking target.
The target is moving. Stay in pursuit.
Alright, on the chase. Damn, he dodged. Beamed. Yeah, that Skylar super move comes out so late.
Powerful reading has reemerged! Brace for incoming!
Commencing honors.
Nice work. Just one phase left.
Target's behavior has changed! Proceed with caution!
Then Brickfish can go into rest mode until the next story update.
Never lost your dream. The stars of old softly whisper to us. Our spirits unite with the pure will. We chase the light and stars taking flight. Overcoming the odds. We might win.
Insane powerful energy reading! Stop the attack!
From the dark. Let our heart beat more time and space. Lift your heads up. Never bow down. Create hope that breaks the dark night. Our souls unite with the true stars. We see the dawn. The light is ours to claim. Unyielding through all trials. Our faith is forged with new power in hands. Can you see us? Push. Feel the spark now. Grab the light clear. And in that sunlight ignites the sky. Embrace this world, giving us life. Memories of them turn us to blazing light. To keep what's dear from falling apart. In this new gear we have for glowing future.
Brickfish did it.
Of us, our fate
He has defeated evil. He's finished the story up to now.
will press on till the end.
Super Mars. He's going Super Saiyan. There's not enough space here. Let's take this fight into deep space. That's how much room I'll require for what I'm about to do to you.
Let's go together!
Let's go to our future.
There's a bit of Nidhogg there, using the scythe to slice the dark ball in two. See, Val wasn't so bad after all.
Dark balls. Reading. What? Could it be? The reading!
We say another. Did, but when he self-destructed, the data.
Brickfish's battery's running low.
Don't give in.
So has Zefeto possessed us now?
The world to come is going to need you.
The brick has returned.
I'm glad you're alive.
Truly. But what was that light?
That was by RGB cooling.
Let's head back and report to Crawford.
Okay. Sounds good. One's left.
Defeated! Mission accomplished. Please return to base.
Will do. Okay. Yeah, it was a good squad. We passed all the damage checks. Obviously, I'm throwing because don't really have any damage rotations.
We are beginning a counter-offensive against the
Feel like I have to
powerful enemies in
relearn,
the Steer region. We request the participation
because
of all Ark's defenders.
of Tech Art's customizations. They've changed some PAs so much that I have to relearn try out some different rotations.
I can't believe you made it back.
The comms cut out right after that huge explosion. I really thought it was all over. What happened after the fight with Vile?
Well, you see, I think maybe Zeffetto saved me.
Zeffetto?
Who would be?
Stunned silence.
After a fight like that, you might still be a little shaken up. Let's talk when you're feeling better.
How are things over here? What happened with the Starless assaults?
We repelled the Starless assault without incident. The regional Ark's defenders really came together.
Which allowed us to focus on supporting you in your fight with Vile.
Thanks to you, Vile is no longer a concern. I can't thank you enough, but thanks again.
Crawford? So, does this mean we're done fighting the Starless?
No, little Lila.
Well,
Don't look so glum.
It looks like we're not quite done yet, I'm afraid. Vile was the Starless Overlord. Zeffetto was telling us the truth about that. But it doesn't look like the Starless simply stopped functioning just because they've lost their brain.
Ilma's right. It's best to assume that our fight against the Starless isn't over yet. Still, I'd like to think that we've put at least one major threat behind us.
I see.
So the fight continues.
Yeah, no idea what's going to happen next in the story for the first time, other than fighting more Starless. I'll find a way to handle this. We'll be fine as long as we're together.
Very true.
We need to keep working to bolster our strength.
Yeah, work on that new action system. Not a great cut to credits. The last credits we saw, Manon started singing in front of Garro's kind of memorial, and that you know, overlooking the ocean, that led to the credits. This one we're just staring at some monitors.
Sometimes at night, it brings back the visions of the battle in my head. I know our bond will never break. The stars
in pain. My body shook as I fought to fall asleep. The growing fear, frustrated days without end.
So the robot has the new story at August onwards. Obviously it comes out very slowly. It's not until I play the story back to back like this that I realise there's actually quite a lot. But the game has been out for almost 4 years. So it took a good, like, maybe 20 hours? 15 to 20 hours? But if we were on a new account, we'd also be unlocking cocoons, doing cocoons and exploring the world a lot more. Like, there are regions we never had to go to in the story. Song of Mourning. Don't tell the haters. How's it going, Chaos?
Every thought, struggling with the truth I faced before.
They talked about this song in the headline. There's 2 singers. One of them represents Aina, and the other one represents Manon. So many people complaining about the slow release of content. Being a JP player, it's nothing new to me. Okay. Yeah, I guess releasing all that content in the first year of PSO2 Global really screwed people. I mean, you could see it coming while it was happening, but people were still surprised by it. But I'm looking forward to the summer when we get a clearer idea what the next roadmap looks like, because we've been in version 2 now since 2023. We don't know where the story's going next. Don't know where the classes are going next. None of the people who quit because of NGS launch would have lasted to EP3 if we had the same release timeframe as JP had. Right. Yeah, YouTuber Kathy did some interesting videos comparing the first 6 months of NGS with the first 6 months of base PSO2, and they did it every in 6 month blocks, comparing the releases up to a point, like maybe the first 18 months. It was really interesting, but it painted NGS in quite a positive light. Some of the decisions they made. Yeah, I really enjoyed those videos. Kathy's the name of the YouTuber. Kind of like retrospectives on base game and NGS. To be continued. Nice, we got Slayer up.
Dark Falls repelled. Your efforts are appreciated.
Wow. That whole thing took us the whole 30 minutes. We entered the UQ at about 10 seconds past. And then the whole cutscene, and it's like as soon as we get back, they say Dark Fowl's defeated. Yeah, Dark Fowl's repelled. For some reason after that it says Dark Fowl's activity confirmed, but before that it says Dark Fowl's repelled. It's quite fitting really for the story. So yeah, we've got no more story missions.